Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. All right, you guys, it's budget update time. All right, now I was supposed to do my budget last night update, but you guys, we were having some intermittent internet issues. Like the internet kept clicking out every 5 minutes. It would just click out every 5 minutes for hours. We have no idea what was going on, but I was like, mm-mm. I'm not even going to try to get up here and do a budget video because somebody will be like, it's going in and out. We can't hear you. So I just waited until tonight, hoping that was okay to do because, like I said, we just had really poor internet issues last night and I'm not sure exactly. And we had some today, but it was only like once or twice. Last night, it was every 5 minutes. Hey, you guys, like the video, share, subscribe, do all the things. All right, we're jumping in to the budget. We are here to talk about the things. And you guys, I had to make a very executive decision. Now, before I jump into the budget, I do want to talk about this one thing. I'm not sure if you haven't joined me, if you did not join me on Saturday. Hey, Kim. Hey, Mo. If you didn't join me on Saturday, then you have not seen this new update. But if you joined me on Saturday for the live video that I did for the ladies group, then of course you've already seen this particular portion. So on my budget sheet, you'll see a section for personal. Now, here's the thing that I got to be real with myself. This is me. Hey, ma'am, good to see you. So I have to be real with Shakima, right? There are certain things that I want in this life, and there are certain things that I'm able to fund. There's certain things that I have to save for. There's certain things that I just can't get right now, and I'm okay with that. With that being said, last week I had talked to my boyfriend, and he was going to come down. Is it up or down? I don't. He was gonna come. He was gonna come visit me. Hey, Miss Ollie, happy belated to you as well. To all the mothers, happy belated. If I did not shout you out yesterday, I did try to post on community tab, but happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms. So he was gonna come on Friday. He was gonna come on Friday to visit me. We were gonna go out to eat, and then of course he would go back to his home place, and I would be here. He was going to come here first, drop something off for the dogs, and then we were going to go out. He's going to come pick me up because we're at the stage now where he comes to pick me up. It's no more meeting up. It's now I'm picking you up. Hey, thank you, Lord. Saving me some gas. So that was fine. We had already planned it all out. But what I noticed over the last couple of weeks, because I hadn't seen him in a couple weeks, our visits are getting closer and closer, even though we're still 2 hours apart, which is good for me. And with him coming, it saves me gas. But I noticed that my hair was very, when I had the blonde, it gets dry, it gets damaged. I typically keep it short, but it's been growing out, right? And but I noticed that even when I went to go get it done last time, I had the lady put a relaxer in because I'm not team natural over here. I don't believe in all that. Oh, not my jam. But the relaxer was like $80 plus you got to leave a tip. If I get braids in my hair, it's 200 plus a tip. Sometimes it's 225, sometimes it's 250 depending on what you get. And I was getting the knot. Well, I couldn't get knotless last time, but I wanted to get the knotless because I don't like those braids so close down to my edges, honey. I like to keep my edges. Edges are a thing over here, and I need mine. And so every 4, 6, 8 weeks, $250 just wasn't in my budget. And it's hot. I have hot flashes. That hair on my neck, it'd be just too much. It's helpful. It makes me look young. I love it. And I feel good when I have my hair braided. But I have to look at the goal, and the main goal is to get my savings account back to where it was because I had to pay for those trips. So that wasn't an option. Then when I went to get it straightened and curled, again, $80 to $100, that wasn't an option to continue to do. And so I said to myself, Shakima, what can you, and I was looking bad by the head. Now, listen, my dad will tell you that the Saints ain't supposed to be looking bad by the head. Not the Saints. So it's like, Shakima, what can you do that's going to, first of all, be financially beneficial and have you looking good? So I made the executive decision off the jump. Oh, well, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. But I was looking real raggedy for the last couple of weeks. And I got a haircut. So I cut my hair. It's just flat right now. That's a little bit of the gray and a little bit of the color that's still there. It's really, really flat. I haven't washed it today. Um, I went to the gym, so I do need to wash it, but I typically wash it in the morning for work. Um, so I can put product in it and curl it. So I just made an executive decision. And even last time I went to get my haircut, it was 25. This time it was 35. So prices are still going up. But I can do a haircut every 10 weeks for $35. That's $3.50 a week, right? And I try to get it cut short because I want it to grow back in the curl pattern, right? I got all the color cut off except this little bit on the top. And those are grays in the front. But financially, it was a better choice to do, it was financially better to do the haircut than to try to scrape up the $250 for the braids. And that was going to be hot anyway. So, and even to the point where I was telling my kids, hey, if everybody want to, chip in a little bit for mom to get her hair done, but is that the best financial decision in the long run? It just all depends. Miss Ari says, I think you look nice with the darker hair and short cut. Very classy. I like it better with the blonde short. I love being a blonde. I absolutely, especially when my curls are curling, when my curls are doing what they're supposed to do, I love being a blonde. Now, everybody has their choice. Everybody has what they like. For me, today's decision, well, it was a couple days ago. Today's decision was keep it shorter financially. That was the biggest issue, which is why I cut my hair short in the very first place. And this is hot. See, I'm already having another hot flash. We can't do it. So that was the best decision because again, I can do 8-10 weeks out because it will not grow a ton more. And still only be at $35 than to be at another 250. If I'm looking at 250, subtract 35, that's 213. 215 I could put towards savings if I were going to spend it on my hair anyway. Now, y'all know me over here. I'm not about to do all that. I'll just keep it short and live my best life. I love the braids. They did what they did for a long time. My next big function really is graduation. And then I don't have anything again until very demure. Thank you, ma'am. I love that. Very demure. And then I don't have anything until July. I have two things in July. I have back to school in August. I have another pastors conference in October, and then we're right into the holidays. So if I keep it short, and then too, the other reason why it was a financial decision. However, the other thing is I'm on this 90-day, 90 days, summertime fine with Sydney over on YouTube. Sydney Cummings, I'm doing her summertime fine. We just started last week, so we're in week 2, and those workouts be working me out. So today started week number 2, and I got that workout in. It did what it was supposed to do, but with all that hair and the sweat and continuedness, it's just not something that I could keep up, even if I stayed with the relaxers, getting it straight, because all that sweat, washing my hair every day, it's going to make that relaxer run through that quicker. Let me tell my kids one thing, because I'm having a hot flash, another one. So that was the biggest and best financial decision that I could make for me right now. And I know those things are like, well, that's not a lot. If you want to get your hair done, you get your nails done. And I'm contemplating that because like I said, starting in June, they're going up on their prices. So I may just be getting nails and not nails and feet, just depending. And then somebody might say, well, you got a man Why don't he pay for your hair to get done? So here's what I told him, and I'll say this as well, because we are in that space, right? I told him when we first met, at the state you find me now is what I can financially do for myself. So I'm not going to overextend me and then expect you to finance that. Now, I know that there are certain women or men who take money and accept money from their significant person. I'm not telling you that I wouldn't accept money from my significant person. However, I am not going to call this man and say, hey, I'm going to need $250 to get my hair done if I can't afford to do my own hair like that. So, in order to keep me true to my word of not calling him and saying, hey, I need $250, it was just easier to do it short. Fortunately for me, he doesn't care. He wanted it to be longer. He asked me to grow it out, but I explained to him, I'm too hot for all that right now. It's just not a thing. Maybe in the fall, it might be a thing. Moving into the spring, summertime, it's not my jam. So, anywho, that's one of the big decisions that I made. Now, we did get 2 child support payments come in, and so we're going to budget for those 2 things. The other thing is, I did have to go back to my administrative assistant to ask her about that travel reimbursement from March that was supposed to deposit in April that still has not deposited. We had to go through a series of rigmaroles and all the things to get it back into her queue so she could send it back to me so I could make the correction that I needed to make so that then she could send it back to finance and payroll. So that may not even come until the end of May. It may be May 30, 31st. Who's to say? School be out by then. But of course, they only pay on the 15th and the 30th. So I don't know if I made the cut for the 15th because I think that's the 30th of the last month, but I didn't even get that done until like the 4th or the 5th of this month. So that could push that out again. And I haven't gotten a thing from our pay thing that says complete. I haven't gotten that yet. So I have to go back and look again, but that is another $150 that I am expecting to come in that I'll use for my insurance because somebody was asking me about car insurance. So that's money that I'll use for my car insurance when it comes in because it'll be reimbursed. It's not expected for any bills or anything. I could put it in savings, but again, I didn't make enough for my car insurance, so that money would be for that. And then I have another one that's a 50 some dollar reimbursement from April that I'll just use for extra gas for my car, and that should come by Friday. Now back to me telling him we were going to go out on Friday. Well, I got sick on Wednesday, and Jackson had been sick the week before. I knew something was happening, something wasn't quite right. But then Alana called me Wednesday morning and she's like, Mom. No, she called me Thursday morning. She's like, Mom, something is wrong. I don't feel good. So I said to her, go get something. I used to have Progressive. They went up. And so now we have National General or General National General, something like that. My Progressive went up, but when I got National General, it went down. So we stayed with them and I had Progressive for a long time, for a real long time, and then it went up to astronomical prices. And so he ended up, I texted him, I said, listen, sister's sick, I'm not feeling good, don't come because I don't want you to get sick. What he does at his job is very important, and he had a lot of people coming to where he was going to be. He coordinates people, and I did not want to be the cause of those people getting sick as well as him. So he did not come, and which is another reason why I didn't do this yesterday, because I was going to update, but I was just not in the right frame of mind. So I left work on Friday, came home early. I did not go to work today because I was not well either. I'm better, but I'm not 100, but I'm better. And so we saved time, we saved effort, we saved gas, all that because we didn't go out last week. We're just going to go out this week, which is perfectly fine. So anywho, with all that being said, I did get 2 child support payments, and I'm going to share with you guys how we budgeted for those. And let me just say this, because always check your credit card statements, y'all. I knew that my credit card was coming due in 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? It's coming due Wednesday. So I said, let me go check and make sure that I had paid everything. Y'all, why is it that I have a pending charge from PlayStation for $145? I'm like, wait, hold on. See, when I see strange stuff, I got questions. And I call my son, Jackson, get in here. What is this? And he's like, Mom, I haven't been on there today. I haven't done anything. So I'm thinking fraud charges, fraud. Let me call somebody. I'm on the phone. Honey, gas here is over $4. I know it was $4.29 the other day when we went to fill up. I put $30 in my car. I put $30 worth of gas in my car yesterday, and it just got me to 3/4 because I was only on a quarter of a tank. So that's only 30. 30 used to hook me up. 30 used to get me together. Now I'm looking at $60 because we are over $4 worth of gas. And in California, where Shamika is, it's close to $6 a gallon. We can't be going no places. And thank God that summer's coming. So I don't have a lot of driving to do because I don't have to go back and forward to work. Because those are real life, things. But anywho, back to that charge. So I'm getting ready to call and figure out what it is. So I said, well, you need to go investigate. Well, it's his yearly subscription for this PlayStation thing he do. And I'm like, sir, I'm not paying. And I 100% am not. So he was asking, well, Mom, I didn't put that card there. I'm sure we could have put my card. When we got that subscription, he was 15. We couldn't put your card, sir. We had to put my card. So my card is there, but you need to manage that subscription if you're planning to keep that. Because I'm not paying $145 for you to play PlayStation. It's $12 a month, but I'm still not doing it. You want this. This is your bill. You're old enough now to have your own bills. You work. So you need to make sure that you adjust. So he said, Mom, just go take it out of my account. Say less. As soon as it posts, I will be drafting his account for $145. Yes, I will, to pay off that credit card. Now, I know some people would be like, well, Shakima, he get child support. Yeah, but that's not into his child support. These are extras. This is fun. He works a job. And when school is out, hopefully he will be working a lot more. And so he can pay for that. Jackson has money. He might just act like he ain't got nothing. He got money around here. Sister richer than anybody because sister not going to come up off a coin. Sister not about to do it. We could be desperate around here. Sister's like, well, that's not in my budget. I'm sorry. So anywho, but check your accounts. Even when I went to put in gas, when I used my credit card like a while back, it has some kind of unethical amount of money, like $176 hold. And all I got was like $28 worth of gas. I'm like, what is this? It eventually worked itself out, but I'm like, Lord Jesus, this is a lot going on. Anywho, let me jump in and share this budget because we did get those 2 child support things. All of the bills are paid up to this point. Please do like the video. Y'all, that just helps push us out into the algorithm. It's just what we need to be able to get some views, which is what I'm trying to get more of is views, which is really good. Okay. So my monthly payroll deposit was $3,342.82. My kids deposit so far, I don't even know why they keep saying kids because it's just one kid. It's just Jackson. Was $584.78. We got one for $368.32 and another one was $216.46. I got YouTube income. That's YouTube income. Was $235.32. And I appreciated that. I did get an unexpected blessing for $50, putting me at $4,212.09 94 cents to spend. Now this week, this is the 11th, so I'm looking back here at 3/9. I'll show what we had as far as expenses going out. I didn't have anything utility wise. My Healthways gym did come out. Jackson, his high school fund came out. Netflix was $21.34. I do believe that his gym came out. I'll look to see. I did have to spend an extra $18 for some groceries because I did not have my cash at the time. $40 is personal care. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, that was for the haircut. That was for the haircut because I went on Wednesday. It was $35. I gave her a $5 tip, so that made it $40. I did $25 to Jackson's savings account on Tuesday and then another $25 on Wednesday because I got child support 2 days in a row. Then I did get the dogs their Simparica Trio, which is their flea, tick, and heartworm medication. It was $96. $200 I paid to my credit card. Then another $100 I paid to the credit card. Then another $86 I paid to the credit card. So that was $386 to the credit card because I had some pre-charges on there. That's one of the things about credit cards. Don't pre-charge because if you do, you play catch up trying to pay it off. I knew I was in a situation because we had some overage of things last month, and that was just what it was. Moving forward, we don't have any of those except one thing, which was my pest spray. I had to do that on my credit card because I haven't done my sinking funds. I'm waiting till my summer months for sinking funds, which I will have the money for the next round because I'll do the sinking funds in June and July. So I'm just trying to get to the months of June and July when I can go ahead and sink those funds and I'm not paying it out of pocket. So I did have to do that one thing on my credit card. Moving down, I did get $18 worth of gas. I did tithes of 37. Then I did an offering of 19. And then gifts. Let me see what I got here. Oh, okay. So there were some there's some school supplies and some things that I got for some students. I was working with my kids at school and I had to do STEM projects and we were missing some stuff. Not really missing it, but I only have a certain amount of kits that I have to share with all my classes. And so I had 6th grade. So that was 4, 8, 10 classes, but 10 classes worth. We run out of stuff. Kids break things. One googly eye goes missing in this pack. Then I have to put stuff in a different pack. So I ended up going to Walmart and filling in. I needed double-sided tape. I needed some more screwdrivers. There's just all kinds of little things that I needed to add in so I could finish out all of my classes for this year. And that was $49. Then, now, do I get that $49 back? No, I just eat that, right? What we'll do is at the end of the year, my partners and I will get together. We'll look at all of our kits that we have and we'll try to pre-order so we have enough stuff for next year. But sometimes when you order now, you just don't know what's going to go missing. I had to buy some bubbles because one of our kits was a bubble kit. And so it's when the kids get it to work right, it spins and it blows bubbles. So I had to stop and get bubble mix just so that we would be able to have that so that they could see if their project really worked. So do I get it back? Of course not. But it's one of those things. I'll write off on my taxes. Then we got another child support, $22, and then $11 went to extra ministry. And that was for this week. Let me see if I got Jackson's. I don't think I got his gym. His gym did come out. I'll go back and see. If I don't see it in here, I will add it in because his gym did come out. Now, I'm going to be canceling Jackson's gym membership when he goes off to college because he will not need it. He will not be here enough for me to justify paying for it. He will have access to all gym facilities there at school. And then when he's home, if he needs the gym, we do have equipment in the garage. So my mortgage is $1,000. We paid over $6.82. Utilities was $135.91. Water and sewer was $80.51. Cell phone was $45, and my internet was $55. And I've seriously considered calling them to see if they will even credit me, because we've had internet issues multiple nights, and it's not just was not last night. So listen, you are cutting into my business time. I need to be using this for business, and you're not allowing me because something is going on. I'm gonna need a credit somewhere. Mr. Jerome, $120. That's for 2 lawn care cuts. The pest control, that did get covered, but it's covered by my credit card. Moving along. My Roth IRA, which is a automatic withdrawal, $75. Amazon Prime, I have not put that in sinking funds because I'll take that out of summer sinking funds. PureFlix. Now, these couple of things are going to come off of this budget sheet. PureFlix had to be renewed in May. It renewed at $99.99 with some tax like 106 that came out of a sinking fund. I will be sinking that fund again, but I'm seriously considering, do we watch it enough for me to keep that subscription? It may just be that we don't utilize that as much as we should or as much as we need to. I know we do Disney Plus, and we do, because as a family, we all got the cell phone, so Disney Plus, and then Netflix. Really, that's all I watch. PureFlix, I'll catch that, love it around Christmas time. We really like Hallmark Movie Now, but I didn't renew that subscription. So I was like, you know what? Hey, it's just not something we can do right now with the state of the way things are. Is that something that needs to happen or not? But that already got paid for another year. It renewed. We may not renew it next year. And they've also changed, I think they changed leadership or ownership or something. And we keep getting these emails where this man keeps apologizing for something. I don't know what he did, but maybe the quality is not what it used to be. I don't watch it enough to know, to be able to complain about it. But that's just kind of a not real sure. Moving down, okay, Jackson's Gym did not come out on here, but it did come out. So I'm just going to go back to, when can I do it? I'll do, that was last week. So Friday, I'll do $30 for Jackson's because it did come out. Can't remember the day exactly. I could look on my account. His gym did come out. Why is that not showing? Why? It's not showing. Let me see. Let me go back. It's not showing that gym came out, or it's not showing up. So let me see why. Oh, because I put it on the wrong thing. Sorry, y'all. Okay, there we go. Always follow and watch your sheet to know stuff, because I was like, why is that not working? That should work. Okay, $30 for Jackson. Then federal state taxes, I paid that off of the 235. I paid 15%. Okay. $50 came out of that child support for his school fund. I'm still going to fund that for the whole next year that he's in college. I'm still going to put money in there. If he need clothes, if he needs shoes. We got something from financial aid, right? It shows you your bill, and then it shows you this other money. So we looked on here. Let me say this, thank God for this. Jackson has received full monies for his tuition and fees, housing, meals, all that stuff. The only thing that they didn't cover were books. And of course, then they had something up there called transportation. That's not a billed item. Books are not a billed item. Something like personal miscellaneous was another $3,000-$4,000. None of that. We don't have none of that. That's in his clothing. Because when I called to ask, she was like, well, ma'am, we just want kids to know kind of what might be if they have to fly home or go home. We just say these are estimated costs. Because I put money in his high school fund, he don't have a clothing fund up there where he has to worry about getting money for that. I'll put money there. He might have he's going to work all summer long, and hopefully he'll work enough all summer that he'll be able to put money back so he doesn't have to work during the school year. That's my preference for him. And two, dad will send money and I'll still just put money into his account as he needs that. So all those other things, we're not dealing with any of that. So I'm still putting money in that high school sinking fund. Okay, moving down, Netflix was $21.34. My groceries, $3.18. My monthly preps was $50. Now, here's what I've decided for next month. I did a little bit of this month, but I'm out. So for next month, I'm going to divide that $50 into 2 to 3 times. So I'll have Dollar General money. I need to be able to do Dollar General couponing. I like that. It's something I'm good at. I'm getting better at it, but I need to be able to fund that from somewhere. So I'm going to take money from those preps right there. And I know that we talk about food preps right now. I'm prepping all other things, household, laundry, paper, all those types of products. I'm doing those. And so I'm going to take that prep money and use that for Dollar General couponing. I may look at just getting a few preps out of my regular groceries, just like I saw Kim, Frugal Fit Mommy. If you don't watch Kim, go to her channel. She does a $5 a week preps. I'm going to start watching her stuff and seeing what she getting, and then figuring out how I can use $5 to prep for my family, because I don't think we're out of the woods where prepping food is no longer a thing. I do have the garden, and that helps us. It's starting to really take off now. We have little buds and little things on there, and I'm excited, but I don't grow enough in my garden to sustain us for the whole year. I wish I did. I probably could if I knew how to do it a little better. I'm doing the best I know how. However, I still need to fund those preps, and I may just do the $5 a week like Kim does. So thank you, Kim. Eating out, holidays, I don't have anything come up until June. We are going to go out for Jackson's graduation. We don't know where he wants to go yet, but I will pay for my meal and probably his meal, unless his dad pays for his meal. Everybody's paying for themselves. That's it. We're paying for Jackson, because last time when his dad went for Alana, he took everybody's bill, and there were quite a few of us, and he paid the whole thing. And I was thinking that was a kind gesture, but I would have loved for him to take that much money and give it to her in her hand. It was very kind of him to do that. However, that does not pay any bills, even though he did give her money on her car, which was perfect. We appreciate that so much as well. But that money, however much he paid, you talking about $20 a pop at 20 people plus drinks, blah, 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 that could have really went in her pocket and just been a thing. But I did tell him this time in no uncertain terms, do not do that again, because Jackson has to have money for college. And if you're going to lay it out for one meal, you need to lay it out for that brother to eat for several months. If you got $400, he can eat. That's $100 for 4 months, whatever the case is. And I'm not trying to regulate his dad, but I'm saying let's make better choices with our finances, because this boy going to school. And so he needs whatever coins he can get. We're still getting things off of his list, his registry. For those of you who blessed him, thank you so much. We got 19 items off of his registry. That's 19 items less we got to buy. But we do now have to get the refrigerator, and we have to get the microwave, which before his school was giving fridges and mics, but now they're not doing those anymore. So we have to buy that. I know somebody's buying the refrigerator for sure as a gift here, and then the microwave. And then we also have to get the computer, because the computer he currently has now excuse me, is not going to be what he needs for engineering. He's going to need more gigabytes of RAM. He only has the 4 gigs now, which is not going to do him for school. So we have to invest there. So I told his dad, whatever you out here trying to do and being a hero, that's not your moment. It's not the moment for that. I can tell you what we need. Okay, very good. So, yeah. So anyway, moving on. Down, down, down. Okay, personal care. I got my nails, my toes, and a haircut. That's why you see that 140. I haven't done the PO box, but I think I'll be able to do that when I do my sinking funds. It's not coming due yet. My life insurance, that was $61.50. That includes my $43.50 for mine, and then the $18 for Jackson's all year long. His is all year long, mine's every month. So that $43.50 is going to show up more often because when I got the extra insurance at a credit union, it's now $43.50, and Shamika insisted. So far, I've saved $50 for Jackson. We have gone ahead and done the dogs with their Simparica Trio, and $536. Actually, I just paid the other money today for that credit card. So what is today? Today is 11. Yes. I paid the other $12 to make sure that that credit card was paid off. And that was my decision, was to make sure that that was all paid off. I knew I had to pay it, and so that credit card is paid. I do have one remaining balance that doesn't come due until June the 4th, which that's where I put that the spray thing. The 3-month spray is on there. And I have to consider, is that something that I still want to keep doing? Because it may not be. 218 is what we did in gas so far. I know that that's not going to be enough during my working months. It's probably going to be sufficient during my non-working months because I won't have to go anywhere except to take Jackson to work. And then the gym is close to his work. So I will go to the gym at the time I take him to work, and then I'll pick him up. So that's kind of going to be my little thing. And he does give me a little bit of gas, so it does help with offsetting my costs like a week. Nothing in my car insurance yet. For Tide thus far at $717, for the extra ministry $202, and then the gifts, the blow money, that was really for those school supplies, was $69. I haven't saved any money this month. None, not yet. And then business expenses, how much money was left over after I paid tithe and tax off of the YouTube money. I put $143 into the business account. That pays for several different things that come out of our budget. Now, that gives me a total of $4,290.26, which says I'm $77 in the hole. Trust me, I'm not $77 in the hole. I had some extra money in my account. I always float a few dollars in there just to make sure we don't overspend something. And Jackson did just give me gas money today, so I put gas in my car, and I left a little bit just again for that overage. So we're floating a few dollars in that account all the time so that we don't have an overage. It just looks like that right now. What else did, let me go back up because I want to be true to the thing. I made $27, and this was from my paper Sunday. I made $27, and let me look it up. I can tell you exactly, because I want to make sure. Okay, $27 and $0.34. That was from Paper Sunday. And then I think from Instagram, I made like $5. I think I made $5 on Instagram. Let me go back up and see. It wasn't a lot, but it was something. It was $27.34. That was from PayPal because that's where my Paper Sunday money goes. I can't find it right now, but I think it was like $5 and some change I had made on Instagram. Let me look it up on there. I can look it up on PayPal. It'll tell me. Because I want to make sure that I say it correctly. So I think that was IG. Let's see, activity. Oh, wait. It was $27.66. And then on Instagram, yes, it was $5.68. Which is good. You know, when I was doing really well on Instagram, I was not in the monetized program. It didn't even happen until after when I wasn't doing as well with my views that they decided to monetize me. And so I'm happy for whatever, but you know, when I was having millions of views on Instagram, I was not getting paid anything for those. So that gave me 268.66. I'll change that. 268.66. So that puts me down a little bit. I did tithe off that money for sure. So that only puts me down $43.98 because I knew that had come in. So that's kind of where we are at the moment with the budget, which is very good. Okay, let me see. Let me go pay at the pump for gas with your car will generate a hole on the account. Oh, thank you, Kim. I'll do that next time. I will surely. I mean, that thing was like, woo. I said, oh, bless it. Oh, Lord. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. Jack does a very good job. He's very academically inclined, which is very helpful, and I'm very blessed by that. However, I need to make sure he keeps focused on the academia, which is why I don't want him to necessarily have to work at school, but he may have to, and that is okay. Some people just are like, well, why does he have to work? I worked through college. Most of us did because that's just the way the economy was. Now, I recently did a video. It was on my 90 days, the summertime fun. It was one of my workout videos, or maybe it was something I was talking, and somebody commented, get a trainer. So here's the thing, right? Let me say this with as much care as I can. A trainer is expensive, and I can't afford a trainer. That's the truth. Could I use one? Probably, for sure. They know what they're doing. I look at the guys that train in the gym that I go to, and I see their clients, and almost all of them look very nice. One girl was a lot heavier, and now when I see her, I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks amazing. I get it. But what I do to combat that is I use Sydney on YouTube, because she comes up with all the exercises. She tells me all the things I need to do. She tells me the days I need to do them. My issue came in with the food, right? Because I'm trying to eat what I have, and I'm trying to eat what I want. These are issues at this big age of 50 when I'm battling menopause, perimenopause, menopause. When you stop having a cycle, you actually put your body in menopause. Y'all, I've not had a cycle in almost 12 years. So here I am thinking I'm dealing with perimenopause, honey. Her sister done jumped over her. I'm on menopause, this whole situation. So it is a challenge to manage my hormones, plus the food, plus my feelings, plus everything else that I'm dealing with. And so I have used one new thing. I could go to a nutritionist, but a nutritionist wastes my time because they want to sit and listen to my feelings. I don't want to tell you what I feel about food. I just want you to tell me what to eat. So, in order that I stay kind to the world, I just started using Chat GPT. This is what I have in the house. This is how my focus is protein. This is, I want to have a snack. I want to have something sweet. I'm intermittent fasting from this time to this time. Give me a list. And it has worked. I was able to get today 139 grams of protein. 139 grams of protein. So am I going to get a trainer? Not in these economics of times, because it can be $400-500 for a trainer for a month. If that's the case, I could just go buy the Wegovy for 300 and just do the injections and not worry about any of it. Eat whatever I want to eat, because I know the injections work, because they worked for me the last time, 70 pounds down. I can just do that, but I don't have the luxury for that. So in order that I can maintain and feel my savings, I'm using Sydney for her 90 days summertime fine, because it's 90 days. And I'm using Chat GPT for my meals. It even gives me to the point of, here's your grocery list. It gives me, this is a workout day. Okay, eat this. On your non-workout day, don't eat this. Or be careful of these foods. They'll sneak up on you. And I'm good with that at the moment. Now, I could do a nutritionist for free, but again, they just want to talk at me, and I don't have time for that. I don't have an hour to sit with you for you to tell me stuff. Let me just type it in, get me a list, and move. My brain moves too fast for that. Mr. Jerome is a luxury. He's a luxury for me to be able to have somebody to come and cut my grass. I appreciate that. But as we move along in these times, it may be that that's a luxury I can no longer afford. Can Jackson cut the grass? Absolutely not. Can I cut it? Absolutely, I can, with no problem. And so that may be a down the line a thing that I have to think about. As my summer comes on, I'm going to be able to go ahead and get my sinking funds done, or at least the majority of them. Then that's going to be off the table. Won't have to worry about the sinking funds for a whole nother year. I've already got my summer cash thing, because they're doing away with that. It's now just going to be a withdrawal. But I already got that situated and set up. I better go to the bank and check, because I don't know that lady. She did I need to go to the bank? I needed to go by the bank to sign something. Did I sign what I needed to go? I think, Kim, can you send me a text message that says go to the bank? Because I think I need to go by the bank. I think I forgot. And I need to go by there to sign something. I think that's what I need to do. I can't remember. It was on my mind last week and went off, and then I was sick. And I'm still not well, but I'm getting better. Thank God for that. So anywho, y'all, it takes well, I can almost tell you this time it won't happen, but I will say this. Oh, this is another thing. I got to put this on here too. Thank you, ma'am. This is another thing. So Jackson has to have his senior pictures done. So when we went to take his tuxedo picture, you know how they do that for the yearbook, he did not want extra pictures. Okay, fine. It's fine. I know pictures are a racket. So I know a guy who's done our pictures before that costs about $150 for an hour. They get 3 changes of clothes. So I was like, oh, boom, I'm going to call him and say, hey, can you do pictures? Well, he didn't respond to me the first time. So I reached out again. Now, I already know when you're in the business of making money, when you're not responding to people, that simply means I don't want your business, or it does to me. Because if you have to work, okay. So then I reached out. He's like, oh, I'm so busy over the next couple of weeks. But if it's after 3 more weeks, you can let me know. Well, by that time, graduation's over. I don't have time for that. So I reached out to another friend of mine and I said, hey, do you have any spots for pictures? Now, this is where I'm totally missing it, y'all. I'm going wrong here. So I told Dad, I said, for the first, because I thought the first guy was a wrap. I said, for the first guy, it's $150. Now, my plan was to split the cost, but his dad sent $150. So I was so thankful that he went ahead and done that, but the guy couldn't do it. And so I was like, well, me and sister, we just going to find a place. We're going to take some pictures and call it a day. But then I called him back and I said, well, hey, I've got this money. If we do the pictures, I don't want to keep the money. What do you want me to do with it? So I said, well, I got another call out. Let me know. Y'all, I call my other friend. Love her, but she is in the business, okay? For a 15-minute mini session. 15-minute mini session. Y'all listen to me. A 15-minute mini session is $225. We don't have any other options. We got to use it because the other guy couldn't get to us. We're taking pictures tomorrow. But I still got to come up with the $75. So I'm going to take that out of my savings to put it with what dad already sent. I get that at the bank. Kim, will you send me another thing that says get $75 out the bank, please? Go to the bank and get the money. Get the money out. So that's the thing, right? He wants him to have senior pictures. Jackson could care less about senior pictures, but we'll send those out because they only get 5 graduation tickets. So the family cannot come. My family is 5 tickets just between me, their dad, and my kids. That's 5 tickets. That's all we got. We don't have nothing else. So the family cannot come to the ceremony, but they'll all come for the lunch or the brunch afterwards. And so I'll go ahead and send out pictures for them for 15 minutes. So times that by 4. I'm in the wrong business. I'm definitely in the wrong business. $225 for 15 minutes. It's called a mini session. That's it. So somebody got to tell me because I'm totally in the wrong business. But again, people got to make their money. Stuff keep going up, and it is the way it is. So I'm not mad at anybody. I thought something else was going to work. It didn't work, but I still have to get these pictures done. And his dad did send money, and so I'll just use that, and I'll make up the difference with no problem. So anywho, y'all, there it is. The budget update thus far. We still should get 2 more child supports, which will help with some other things. I'm waiting until June before I start getting the rest of the stuff off his list. He does not need anything for move in until August, but I will slowly start getting stuff off of his list. Next Wednesday this week, we're actually having it's a live webinar on move in to college, right? So they give us these webinars we do, and it just tells us stuff. And so once I have all that information, then I'll know exactly what I gotta have. Everything that people have purchased so far was on the list, but then I'll know what I have to make up. His dad is already on board, knowing we got to make up the rest of it. And he's not a girl. He don't need all the things. He just needs Jackson's stuff, and we're fine. But I need to make sure that I start getting those things starting in June, which again, I'm doing 2 extra weeks for camp. So that'll help moving down the line. And then I will not have to stay over for move-in day. I actually have to take a day off from work because move-in day, I'll be back to work, but I have to take a day off, which is fine. I'm not going for first day of class. He would not love that. But we're just going to work this thing every week now until he goes off to college. We have about 3 months, and then he will be off to the races, which is good for me. So I just need to make sure that my next goals are saving. Everything is paid that needed to be paid thus far. I still need to pay back from those 2 trips, right? So once I put that back to the savings, everything from there is building, right? And we're going to be fine. I'm not stressed about it, but I do need to make conscious choices that are going to keep my family out of the negative, because we can't afford to be in the negative. Everybody should have some cash on hand. I do need to get him a key box that he can take with him for all of his important things, because he's going to be roommates and you don't know people. I told him, you don't know people. We don't know anybody and where these people are from. We hope they have good manners and good raising, but we are not guaranteed. Nobody's guaranteed with you either. So we need to make sure that he has everything he needs and he keeps his stuff. So we are going to start building up that as we move along. I think that's all we have right now. I will be getting him. I'll probably come and do a different video about what I'm getting him to take to college, and then we'll show all of the lovely things that everybody did get from his registry. We appreciate that for those of you who did. So anywho, y'all, I gotta go. I'm gonna get some good rest because I've not rested well, but I'm on the upswing. I didn't have to take any medication today. Praise the Lord. And back to work tomorrow I go. So anywho, thank you guys so much for stopping by. like that's what I was talking about, Kim. Yes, I did see one of those for a reasonable price, and I'm gonna pick one of those up. I was like, ooh, put that on the list, Shakima, because I did not, but I will get him one. I was in Walmart the other day, and then I think maybe Aldi had some too. So I'm gonna try to get one, um, so he'll be able to have all of his things and safely have his things. So anywho, there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you like the video, don't forget to share, subscribe, do all of the things, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye now. Thank y'all.